This is the spinning ballerina illusion by Duncan, Lucy, Vincent, Megan, and Alex. Perception of an unchanging visual stimulus can change as humans attempt to interpret ambiguous visual stimuli. Do you see the woman spinning clockwise or counterclockwise? Can you see both? In a bistable illusion, there is a possibility of being perceived in two different ways. In the absence of a third dimension, the brain tries to fill in the missing information. Bottom-up factors are related to stimulus features and how the image is being viewed. Perception of a bistable image tends to alternate stochastically, switching involuntary, but can be controlled by will. The importance of attention. Visual attention is understood to be required for alternations in binocular rivalry. Binocular rivalry is a type of bistable perception where two dissimilar images are presented simultaneously and perceptions of the images alternate. Alternations during other types of bistable perception appear to continue without requiring attention. Since there are no photoreceptors in the blind spot, we have no ability to see there. However, we perceive no noticeable blind spots in our visual field. This is because the primary visual cortex fills this gap in. According to Matsumoto and Komastu 2005, when a stimulus crosses a blind spot, the striate cortex coding for that particular image still fires. This means that there is still neural processing of the object even when there is no visual stimuli. In relation to the ballerina illusion, we still have neural processing without visual depth cues. The spinning ballerina is a peculiar illusion. The illusion is thought to originate from area MT, responsible for processing motion in the general striatal areas surrounding area MT. The brain needs to compare the difference in input between the two eyes, and at the level of the lateral geniculate nucleus, there is no way to compare the difference in signal from either eye. The body has two eyes to compensate for this. The retina only records spatial information, and depth is created in the brain. The brain relies on binocular disparity of the two eyes to create said depth. Each eye is positioned differently in space, and from that disparity in orientation relative to the stimulus, depth can be created. Cells in layer 4 are monocular, but connected with other layers of the cortex to converge information that allows for the creation of depth. Different cells are sensitive to different amounts of disparity. This allows for all possible depths of one object to be possibly recognized. This depth can then be used to deduce what an item is. For example, if it's a straight line up close, it's more likely to be a small object like a pen or a matchstick, while further away might be a slim building or a tree. Additionally, depth can provide insight into directionality. This illusion is known as a bistable image as there are no monocular cues. Moreover, there is no interposition. Bistable images occur when an image can be perceived in two different ways, such as the ballerina being seen spinning clockwise or counterclockwise. Interposition occurs when two different objects or parts of the same object overlap, defining the two as the overlapped object and the overlapping object. When interposition is available, foreground and background are established, allowing a two-dimensional representation of an object to be perceived as three-dimensional. In the case of the ballerina, there are no interposition cues, and as such, this image appears to be spinning both clockwise and counterclockwise. We cannot perceive the ballerina as three-dimensional, so we cannot consistently see which direction the ballerina is spinning. If, however, an image with interposition cues is shown alongside the ambiguous ballerina, the ballerina appears to have a consistent direction that is the same as the image with cues. Since the ambiguous image has no cues, top-down processing, aided by the accompanying image with cues, will make the ballerina appear to spin in the same direction as the cued image.